Welcome to another episode of the Winners Work Podcast. Today we have the Western Conference playoff predictions and the standings. We're going to finish off what we did last week. If you didn't check that out, check out last week's episode. We went over the Eastern Conference, and now it's time to do the Western Conference. I think we're going to start with John this time. We started with Mason before. We're going to start with John, make our way around. We'll start out with 15. I think the bottom ones we can get through quick and then get to the real show. But at 15, John, who you got?
At 15, I have the Utah Jazz. I don't know what they're doing keeping Conley and Clarkson on the roster, but I assume they're going to move them as soon as possible and try and win 10 games this season.
That sounds very realistic. Carter, what about you?
Yeah, I got Utah. You got to trade those two and let Sexton average 30 and 8.
Yeah, basically, I assume you got Utah as well.
I got Utah too, yeah.
Yeah, I got Utah. They trash. What else are you supposed to do? What else are you supposed to They don't want to be good this season.
Yeah.
So, 14, John.
At 14, I have the Spurs.
Everyone's got the Spurs at 14, I assume.
Spurs.
Yeah. Same type of situation. They're for Wembanyama.
They're not losing. They're winning for Wembanyama. They can think about it like that.
Is that why Pop? Wait, hold on. Is that why Pop didn't retire so he can get Victor?
Maybe.
Wasn't Pop supposed to have been retired this year, bro?
Well, did you guys see what he said? What he told the media? He was like, "I'm probably not supposed to say this, but I wouldn't put any money on us to win the championship."
He's a smart man.
I might have sprinkled a little something.
Oh man. I feel like the next two should be. We can go through 13, but John, what you got at 13?
I got OKC.
Okay, everyone have OKC at 13.
I have the Rockets, but
you have the Rockets. Okay, why do you think OKC is going to be better than the Rockets?
I don't really. I think both teams are trying to lose. I think both teams are trying to lose, and my bottom four, all four of those guys are trying to lose. And I don't know if you want me to put Rockets under the Thunder or above the Thunder, I don't really care. Every team's trying to lose, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Rockets have more incentive to play their young guys because they kind of got a core going right now. You don't have Chet and OKC for the whole season, and then Shea with the injuries and just resting and whatnot. It seems like he's hardly out there. So
yeah, looking at it, I don't even really know why I put the Rockets over the Thunder. That may have been, or the Thunder over the Rockets. That may have actually been an accident, but it doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
And isn't Shea missing a decent amount? I just drafted this nigga in a dynasty league. I don't even. But isn't he about to miss the first 30 games of the season, bro?
I don't know about 30 games, but I know he's missing the first chunk.
He's probably going to miss more than he needs to, so they.
He'll miss as much as they can make him miss.
We already know how bad OKC was without Shea. With Shea, they're already terrible, but without Shea, they're like the Charlotte Bobcats from back in the day.
Kemba's Charlotte Bobcats.
The 7-win Bobcats.
7-59.
All right, 11. Now, I think this is where we really start to get interesting here. Given the top 11 teams, there's probably an argument for any of these teams to at least make the play-in. So, John, what do you have at 11?
At 11, I have the Kings. I wish they could be higher. I wanted to put my guy De'Aaron a little higher, but the West is stacked. The NBA is stacked this year, so I can only see them at 11. I can kind of see them higher, but I can't see them getting in the playoffs. I can maybe see them getting in the play-in, but
yeah,
that's about it.
Carter, who you got at 11?
I got the Kings too.
Mason, I assume the Kings.
I also have the Kings, and I actually liked what they did this offseason with some of the guys they brought in. But it's just Sabonis and Keegan Murray are not protecting any part of the rim. And on top of that, their core isn't even that great. And I just flat out think there are 10 better teams.
I really like their roster a lot. Shout out Malik Monk. Shout out Kevin Huerter.
Yeah.
I got Sabonis in fantasy this year. He's about to put up some nice all-around numbers. But yeah, Kings are at 11. The team I put at 10 and 9, just a little bit more star power, over the Kings. But I really like the way their roster is constructed. They can make the play-in finally. They haven't made any sort of postseason basketball in over a decade at this point. So,
well, they have the new record now that the Mariners made the playoffs. They have in all of sports. The longest drought.
Shout out, Kings. Salute.
Breaking records.
All right, we'll move right along to the play-in. Let's do number 10. John, who you got at 10?
At 10, I have the Blazers.
Okay.
You thought I was gonna put them higher, but
The lab. He went in the lab.
just watching enough of their preseason games. It looks like Dame is back, but the rest of the team, I don't know. Like Simon kind of looks like a warmer version of CJ. I get he's a young player right now, but like I don't know. So it looks like they just have like CJ Light and they added Jerami Grant, which might be good enough to get into the playoffs. I think they have a legit possibility to get into the postseason if they win the playing game, but I don't know. The West is tough.
I thought he said
you don't have Jerami on for an interview.
I did say that. I know it's Jeremy. I always say Jeremy, but
that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised because last pod we know John came on here. He's talking about, or it wasn't even on the pod. But he was telling us he was gonna have the Blazers in the playoffs.
I thought I was. They can still make it. I thought I was, but after they're 0-4 in the preseason too. Like I don't think you could be winless. Going winless in the preseason.
Smacked by the Warriors reserves too. Like they were getting destroyed.
Yeah.
It was
bro. And Dame just makes that sad face on the bench. I already know what time it is. It's not Dame's time tonight,
man. Carter, who's your 10?
I also have Portland. Dame's only doing so much to drag him there.
And I assume, Mason, you got Portland as well?
Yeah, I have the Blazers too. And I like some of their players. They're kind of like the Kings. I like Josh Hart. I like Jeremy Grant. I like some of their guys. But the West is stacked, and I don't know. I think there are 9 teams that are better. And, yeah, because I was just messing when I said Portland was better in the group chat. I did not mean that at all.
This is one of the better defensive.
They're close. Shit, they're fucking close.
Oh yeah, they're close.
It's not that far, bro.
Listen,
don't get too hard.
We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. Relax. You're too excited. You're too excited right now.
I'm just saying.
You're too excited. You're too excited. Nah, this is crazy. Go ahead. This is crazy. Let's stay on Portland for at least a second. God, I know I gotta deal with this in a second, but let's talk about Portland. Their defense, honestly, this is probably one of the better defensive teams, if not arguably the best defensive team, depending on how you want to stack it up that Dame has been on. You know, at least in recent memory. I really like Mason was saying, Josh Hart, Jeremy Grant, that's a solid front court.
GP2.
Gary Payton.
I like Gary Payton.
Yeah, he's going to be
Is
nice.
Nasir Little a good defender? Because he's like their 6th man.
I believe.
I don't even know what he does on the court, bro.
If he's not playing defense,
he's athletic and he can't score, so he better be playing defense, or else the Blazers might be in more trouble than we think.
Even Justice Winslow was, granted the games were basically done. Their season was over. But he was actually hooping a little bit towards the end of the season.
Yeah, Justice Winslow is tanktastic.
Where's Bledsoe at?
Guys?
Where is
Portland?
He might be injured.
He might be injured. Maybe.
I think he's on the team, but he might be injured. I haven't heard nothing of him.
Hey, bro. All right, that's about all I can say about Portland. Number 9. Now, I already know what we're about to get ourselves into, but John, what is your number 9?
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
For the 2nd straight year, they will not be a top 8 seed in the West. The Los Angeles Lakers have put together a shitty roster against and they had 2 superstars on the same roster. I don't know how it's possible to fuck it up so badly. And you extended Rob Pelinka, which I was happy for. The man who's responsible for this madness, who put together a bunch of shitters around LeBron and Anthony Davis in their prime. Russell Westbrook still doesn't fit.
AD in his prime? Is he?
Yeah, he's in his prime.
I can't tell. Shit, I can't tell.
You're the worst Lakers fan ever.
I'm just being honest.
Let me get back to eviscerating.
He should be in his prime.
You have no shooters. You have no wing defenders. You gotta think Juan Toscano Anderson is about to be that guy. He's not.
Yes, sir. Shout out Juan.
He's not that guy. He does
NBA
nothing
champion,
on the court.
GTA.
He does nothing on the court. Lakers fans are already complaining about Thomas Bryant. Y'all niggas are really thinking that Lonnie Walker, niggas like Lonnie Walker are about to check Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, Giannis, Kevin Durant. Like, let's be serious here.
You're
LeBron's
not making the
guarding them.
finals, so we don't have to worry about Jason Tatum. What?
I'm just naming players that you're gonna play in the season.
Oh,
Jason Tatum's giving you 2 L's this season, so you're gonna have to worry about it.
you
I
sure?
don't know why
You
you're
sure?
trying to put him to the side. Those are 2 losses. Yes.
You sure?
And when we play y'all, we're gonna talk about it later. But I'll get off y'all. Y'all have a very mid roster. But the fact that you guys have 2 superstars is literally the only reason you're not one of the worst teams in the league, like one of the bottom 3 teams in the league. If LeBron goes down, you guys are in the lottery again. And I don't even know if you guys have your pick this year. So the Pelicans might be
Pick swap.
eating again. Oh, the Pelicans are eating again.
You're way too
Take
happy
that
right
now.
now. Like, we need to take this smile off your face, bro. You're way
Because
too
y'all
happy.
have 2 superstars and are still gonna miss the playoffs. After y'all won that Mickey Mouse championship, I thought it was over. I thought y'all about to laugh at it. But y'all are in the gutter.
Where, bro, yo, the same Mickey Mouse championship is the only championship Garnett, Pierce, and Ray Allen won in their career. What
How
are
is
we
that
saying?
a Mickey Mouse ring? Because we beat
Yo,
the Lakers? How is
You
that a
only
Mickey
got
Mouse
one
ring?
ring. You only got one ring.
Okay, that's a ring is a ring. What are you talking about?
Oh, a ring is a ring now.
Until it's Mickey Mouse.
You're
Man.
nasty. You're nasty. You're nasty. All right, Carter, who you got now, bro?
I got the Lakers.
Is there you need to elaborate, or did John?
Nah, John did a pretty good job.
I got the Lakers as well. I won't drag this out as long as John's soliloquy, but pretty much the only reason why I have him this high is because of LeBron James. If he goes down, I will not hesitate to think that the Blazers and Kings will hop them as well.
Oh yeah. Dame is on that ass. Trust me. Y'all gonna be like a game or 2 away from Dame. Trust me.
Okay.
He is coming. He is coming.
All right.
Let's hear it, buckets.
Well, I mean, it's pretty boring so far because we got the same thing. I got the Lakers at number 9.
You didn't want to put them at 1?
The Lakers
Didn't want to pull it on?
The Lakers are not a good basketball team this season, and I'm gonna have to watch in pain every single night watching this mediocre product that is put on the court. Just counting down the days until LeBron passes Kareem on the all-time scoring list, and we can talk about how he is the GOAT. You know, and that's about it. I mean, I have little to no faith in Anthony Davis staying healthy and getting back to the player that he was supposed to be, that when he was carrying with LeBron in 2020. Do I have any faith in Russell Westbrook? Of course not. Like how could I possibly have faith in Russell Westbrook with this team? Patrick Beverley is one of the things I'm holding on to as some hope because Pat Bev gets his team to the playoffs every season. So
he might be the second best player this season.
Maybe Patrick Beverley can try to carry us to the playoffs. But
hey,
other than that, it's just so sad that a roster with LeBron and Anthony Davis in it, I don't care how old LeBron is borderline play-in at best case scenario. When I was thinking, how high could I be as biased as possible and put the Lakers? It was like the 5 seed still. That's like everything goes perfect. And we're like a 5 seed. Bro,
no, there's
like,
no
that's
reality
crazy.
where the Lakers. No. There is no reality where the
There's a
Lakers
reality.
Oh, there is.
AD,
Oh, there is.
AD dodges every injury in the book.
There
He
is.
an
plays
MVP
like
type
70
season.
games.
If AD
Russell
plays
Westbrook's a top 50 player. It can happen.
What do you mean? They have the top end talent. What do you mean? And that's not even a high bar. I mean, maybe you would celebrate. Maybe you would
win like
celebrate
46, 47 games.
The Lakers ceiling this year is the 8th seed.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm saying if everything goes perfect, a 5 seed is still not a ceiling that you want to have with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That's the point. That's the point. All right, so now we move into the actual playoff teams.
Here's where it gets interesting, in my
Hopefully
opinion.
we'll get some variety here because so far we basically had the same picks. But let's go with John at 8. Who you got?
At 8, I had the Grizzlies at 8.
Wow.
That might be very low.
Everyone's going to seem so low. Every team's going to seem low. At
Yeah.
8.
I had the Grizzlies at 8.
I can see it. I don't hate it.
What's your reasoning?
I don't know. I just think the 7 teams in the West are better than them. I think Jaren missing time is gonna set them back a little bit, and not that it's gonna be that significant, but I think all the games are gonna be tied in the West. And I don't know. I don't think their roster. I don't think their roster is better than the guys ahead of them. And then on top of that, it might be better than like maybe Dallas's roster, but then I don't think they have the better players. So.
Fair enough. Carter, what about you? Who you got at 8?
I got the Pels at 8, and obviously
Wow.
they still have upside for like fucking top 3, but
I'm shocked.
Everyone does.
The Pelicans?
Yeah,
Pelicans at 8 is very, very low for me.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Considering it,
I'm gonna pick all these teams to win like 50, high 40s games.
Yeah.
There's gonna be like a 3-game gap between the 3 seed and the 8 seed.
That's the thing. The bottom 4 seeds are gonna win like 30 total games, and then the rest are gonna combine for are gonna have like 50 apiece. It's gonna be crazy.
So Mason, who you got at 8?
At 8, I actually have the Mavs. And you guys know as well as anybody how much I love Luka and how high I am on Luka. But in terms of overall roster, I think it took a step back. And I don't really I'm not a big Christian Wood fan. I don't think that he's going to be I don't think he's going to fill the void that Jalen Brunson is leaving.
Wow.
But I mean, overall, I just have the Mavs. And I like Luka. I wish I could have them higher, but that's where I have them.
I actually do like Christian Wood. I think he's going to be – sadly, because Jason Kidd wants to bring him off the bench, he's going to be in the 6th man of the year race, I guess. But I do think the Mavs have a really solid team. But, yeah, I have them at 8 as well. I do think they took a step back. I think it's kind of like the Atlanta Hawks. When Trey led the Hawks to the conference finals, everyone was expecting them to build off of that the next season. But the conference got better, and I don't know if the Mavs did enough to keep up with those other teams. So, yeah, I got
them. How I feel too.
I got them at 8. At 7, John, who you got?
At 7, I had the Mavericks at 7. I think everything you guys said, their roster declines, so they'd be going from the 4th seed to the 7th seed. But I think they'll be a little better than Memphis. I do like. It just sucks. Like they have a good roster, but it's just not good enough. Like I like Tim Hardaway. I like Dinwiddie somewhat. Not that much, but I like Christian. I do like Christian Wood on the Mavericks. He is a good pickup. Dorian Finney-Smith, like they have a decent roster, but it's just not good enough for the rest of the West. So I have them at the 17th.
Carter, what about you?
I got Memphis mainly. Just anything you can nitpick to put a team low with these teams. Just Jaren. I don't know how long Jaren's missing, but I think
at least a couple months.
Time. Yeah. And
exactly,
then
Carter.
I know they lost Melton for essentially nothing current roster wise because they got Danny Green. No, they got a pick. They got a rookie. They replaced Melton and I think Kyle Anderson with a few rookies. So I don't know if roster wise they improved. They get a lot of young guys though, so probably internal improvement gets in there. But Jaren missing time, I think, will just set him apart from the teams above him.
Mason, what about you?
At 7, I actually have the Phoenix Suns.
I don't hate that take.
I know. I don't think you guys are going to hate on it that much, but I think an average fan watching this heard that and just couldn't believe their ears. But, I mean, I don't know. I think that the internal chemistry issues are starting, and I think that it's kind of going to play a bigger role than people are thinking. And I don't know. I feel like Chris Paul continues to take the step back, or at least the version we saw at the end of the playoffs last year. And I think Devin Booker continues to be great, but outside of that, I think that they just take a big step back in the regular season.
That's fair. I really think that's fair. I have them pretty close to that. At 7, like Carter said, I have the Grizzlies. I think Ja and Desmond Bane are going to be one of the best backcourts in the NBA this season. I really think they could be that good. They still have some other key pieces. Brandon Clark is going to have to step up with Jaren Jackson out, but at the end of the day, it's just too many teams that are so talented in the Western Conference that I don't know if Memphis did enough to maintain that high position. And I don't think people really expected Memphis to be that good last season. Like, they were supposed to be about a play-in team, and they were all the way to second-best record in the NBA. Like, that was – so they could do that. They could mess around and exceed expectations again. But, yeah, I got them at 7. At 6, John, what about you? Who you got?
At 6, I have the Pelicans.
Okay.
I do think with the addition of Zion back that they're going to go crazy. I don't know why people are still sleep on Zion. He's not on my agenda, but He's legitimately an All NBA player in his second season. Who was the last player who did that? Like Luka. Who else? Basically, if you did what Zion did in his second season, you're fucking generational. Like it's not even a debate. So,
Yeah.
I think if them boys are going to be playing defense like they did last year with Willie Green, and if Zion's locked in and stays healthy, Ingram's probably going to take a jump. He's still a young player. CJ is good, and as a third, his stats jumped, his efficiency jumped as a second option. As a third option, it should jump some more. Herb Jones, second year. Jose getting better. I think they have a great team. Larry Nance Jr. So they should be the 60s. Avoid the plane.
Carter, what about you? Who you got?
I got the Mavs at 6. I think the Luka MVP candidate agenda is loading, so they're gonna have to be out of the play-in for that to happen. And I don't think the roster really got worse. They lost Brunson, but they got JaVale, who's like a better, just true big than Maxey. True big. I think Maxey's a better player, but Dwight Powell sucks. I think JaVale's nice, and then Christian Wood is there. And they get Tim Hardaway Jr. back, who missed, I think, the entire playoffs and a portion of the regular season.
Mason, what about you?
I actually have the Clippers. I think they'll kind of coast. I think they'll kind of coast through the regular season. I think they'll manage Kawhi a lot. I don't know how many games he'll play. As you can see, though, that's not a reflection of how good I think they are. You'll see that later on. But I do think that they'll coast through the regular season.
Wow.
I think they'll coach too, but coaching to 6 is crazy.
Wow. That's wow. I mean, man, that's interesting.
You don't want to coach. You don't want to coach your way out of home court advantage.
What home court advantage?
That's nasty. If they're like,
they have no fans.
All right, man.
No.
I'm playing. The last playoff game played in Staples Center was by the fucking Clippers.
Okay, the Clippers are good and we're not. I get it.
I'm pretty sure fans showed up to that game. I'm pretty sure fans showed up to that game.
I would be there. I mean, I want to watch playoff basketball too. Will I be rooting for the Clippers? Maybe not, but hey, I respect it. Yeah, wow, I'm still shocked. Depends on who they get in the 3 seed. That could be a first round exit, depending on where you match up there. But we'll get to that later. I got the Suns at 6. I think that Chris Paul is going to probably take another step back, like Mason was saying. I mean, the Robert Sarver stuff to DeAndre Ayton. He didn't talk to Monty Williams all offseason. That's kind of odd, for a star center that you paid the type of money that you paid him. I do think DeAndre Ayton is underappreciated, though. I feel like people, even by his own team, like people just act like he's not a star, which I mean, I think he definitely has those qualities. I definitely think he'll continue to get better. But the team as a whole, there's just a lot of drama and their top end talent. I just don't think it's as the other teams that I have above them. All right, top 5. John, who you got at 5?
At 5, I got the Suns, but I kind of got to push back on what you just said about DeAndre Ayton. I was just thinking about this, bro. What is the difference between DeAndre Ayton and Clint Capella? Except Clint Capella is better defensively.
They don't play alike. What do you mean? DeAndre Ayton's a post player.
Bro, but he
don't dump the ball to Clint Capella in the post.
Yeah, that's fine. But when the Suns played, that's not how Ayton played. The Mavericks were able to get away with playing smaller players on Ayton the entire series. That was part of the reason why they won the series.
He plays soft.
Ayton is not a dominant post player. I think
he can be though. He can be though. You've seen it. You've seen it in the playoffs. That year against the Clippers. Against the Clippers, we saw it. Who else they played during that run when they made the finals? We saw it a couple times. Maybe not as.
But I've seen Capella outplay Cat in a series. I've seen Capella have I've seen Capella have great moments against Embiid in the playoffs. I've seen. All right, let's. All right.
Capella's just not the same, but yeah, I get what you're saying. He's declining.
I just don't think Ayton is that. I don't think Ayton is that good. But I have the Suns at 5 because Chris Paul and Devin Booker, I think they'll still be good enough. And I think Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson will be the ones who I can take a lead. I think Ayton is going to be the same player. He's going to score 20 some nights because he's spoon fed. I think Cam Payne is due for a bounce back year. If he doesn't, it's not looking good for his future in the NBA. I think Monty Williams.
campaign.
I think Monty Williams. I think Monty Williams. I think the rumors about him losing the team and all that. I think that's overblown. I think he's still a great coach, and they'll still be good defensively, and they should still have a good regular season. So I got that thought.
For me,
oh yeah, what were you gonna say?
With Ayton, it's kind of more of a mentality thing. I would like to see Ayton get a little more competitive. I would like to see him. I don't know if I want to say try harder because I feel like he is trying, but like almost be a little meaner. Like I don't know. I don't ever
You want that dog?
I don't ever see that dog in DeAndre Ayton outside of him working out after the playoff games and then losing and naming our podcast. So I don't know. I'd like to see a little bit of dog from DeAndre Ayton soon because right now he just. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but right now he seems a little bit soft sometimes to me, and that's sometimes he doesn't always sprint the floor the best, and that's kind of that's what I would like to see him improve on this year.
Guys think he's a top 10 center.
Yeah, of course.
I think he's got to be top 10.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm just trying to find how trash you think he is. I'm just trying to figure out like relative.
We're not saying he's trash.
I mean, you just compared him to Clint Capella. I don't know if Clint Capella's a top 10 center.
Nah, Capella's not. He's fringe. He's not that far off. When the Hawks made the Eastern Conference Finals, people had Capella in their top 10. Last year, he just fell off a little.
He was a different player, yeah. But I got you. Yeah. All right, Carter, what you got at 5?
I also have the Suns. I think aside from if barring a Cameron Payne bounce back year like John was talking about, I feel like their bench is a little weak.
Bro, he was ass last year. He gotta be back to at least not bad.
Depending on what they get for Jay Crowder, which probably won't be much. Their bench is Cameron Payne, Torrey Craig, and Bismack Biyombo is the best playoff rotation I could put together. So I feel like that could be troubling.
Yeah, that's empty ass.
If anyone goes
it's
down,
not like you can play Chris Paul 35 minutes a night every single game.
And then you get to Landry Shamet and Dario Saric. So regular season, I mean, they won 60-something games last year. They're losing Jay Crowder for something, hopefully. So I'd imagine they can obviously not do it again, but still be a really good regular season team. But the roster just doesn't look incredible.
Yeah, that's fair. Mason, what about you?
5, I actually have the Grizzlies. I think that was it Draymond who said it that they'll have a little bit of a target on their back this year since they were actually good. Like teams won't be going in and getting surprised by how good they are.
Right.
But I still think that they're a young team that's going to play fast and play hard. And I think that youthfulness in that way helps a lot in the regular season. Like John Morant, Desmond Bane aren't going to get tired and stuff like that. Like obviously they will, but you know what I mean? Less than Chris Paul. And I just think that overall the Grizzlies still have a really nice squad. And I actually think I could see like a John Morant slight MVP campaign. I don't think he'll personally be good enough to win the award, but I could see him in the slight discussions for it. So I don't know. I think the Grizzlies will still be really good in the regular season.
Yeah, I could see that. My number 5 is actually the New Orleans Pelicans. I really think they're going to be nice this year. Zion, I believe, will be an All-NBA caliber guy. I mean, you're talking about a big three that all 3 of them are 20-plus point per game scorers, so they can clearly fill it up in that department. They don't really have a true point guard, but they have guys that are pretty unselfish that can make plays for others. And then you have Herb Jones and Alvarado as kind of defensive pests on the perimeter. I do worry about their interior defense, but I think their roster is good enough to be really good in the regular season. Valanciunas, to me, we're talking about centers. He's one of the most underrated players at that position. He's a walking double-double. He can shoot some threes, So I think they got a really nice squad. You're not moved by Valanciunas.
No, he's good offensively, but just the defense is just
yeah.
It's a defense.
Their defense is. I mean, on one hand, you like the point of attack stuff is really good, but I don't know how good they'll be as a team on defense. But they could really be the best offense in the NBA. So,
Honestly, early when I put the Pelicans, I forgot why I had the Pelicans low because I was talking about nitpicking like things that could separate them. It was definitely the interior defense. If Zion doesn't take a step, Ingram, Zion, Jonas front court, Herb's not carrying the defense himself, and Alvarado off the bench.
Yeah, but even that's a lot of pressure on Zion to be a good interior defender at 6'6", 6'7". He has to carry their interior defense because Valanciunas is mid. That's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just as big as that, I just worry about him staying healthy. But I think if he does, I mean, we saw, again, granted, college is not the NBA, but he was a monster on defense in college, and now he's gotten his weight back, so maybe he can at least be a solid enough defender. But yeah, they're kind of like a D'Antoni team to me. There's just a bunch of offense, and we'll see about defense. All right, top four. John, who you got at 4?
Y'all got one special team in the top 4.
Oh, I had the Clippers at 4.
Oh, wow.
I do think that Will Coast, like Mason said, I just don't think they'll coast to 6. I think they want home court advantage, and they won't be close to the plan. I think they have no reason to go crazy in the regular season. Like, that's not what they're going. That's not their goal. Their goal is the playoffs. They're just gonna play. They're gonna low manage Kawhi and PG. Just try and get a top 4 seed. Still kick some ass on the way, but it'll be the 4th seed.
I don't know, man. I think the Clippers got to win those games in the regular season because we've only seen, like, it's been how many years since Kawhi and Paul George teamed up, and how many games have they played together? I don't even think they've.
I think I saw 82, or it's 80 something.
It's less than 100 for sure, which is crazy. Like they got to get those. In my opinion, they got to get those reps together. But yeah, we'll see. I feel like that's hurt them in the past. You know what, we're just going to load manage and figure it out in the playoffs. I feel like that approach has hurt them, but I don't know. We'll see. They're good enough to be able to get away with it, but we'll see. All right, Carter, what about you at 4?
I'm the first to name the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think they have 1 seed upside, but you got Ant Cat offense. You had Rudy Gobert. That should at least get their defense really solid as long as everyone else is contributing, which we didn't see in Utah. I think that'll be the difference between Utah's defense and Minnesota's defense. The bench goes pretty deep. You get down to like the 11th, 12th man, you're still looking at Austin Rivers and Taurean Prince, who can play regular season games. People get hurt. So I like their team a lot.
Mason, what about you?
At 4, I actually have the Pelicans. Have them higher than everyone else. I love their team. It's definitely a little bit of bias having them that high, but I love their team. They have like a beautiful collection of role players in Larry Nance and Herb Jones. The interior defense, like you two covered on, scares me. It won't be good. Valanciunas is not a good rim protector. But their offense should be incredible. They should have like really a top 5 offense at the absolute worst, in my opinion. I think that CJ, Brandon Ingram, Zion are all going to eat. Jonas Valanciunas will have his occasional 20-point games as well. And then I hope that Herb Jones and Larry Nance, Jose Alvarado can do enough on defense that they can be like not awful. Like if they could maybe be top 20, I don't know. That might be a stretch, but like you guys said, if Zion somehow takes a jump defensively, that would be nice. But I don't see him taking a jump defensively after not playing in a while because it's going to take him a minute just to get back into NBA basketball mode for him anyway. But I do think he's generational, and I can see him having an all-NBA season. And I think the Pelicans are going to be really good.
And we may be dragging this defense thing a little too much because in the playoffs, I really do think the Pelicans did show some good signs on defense. Granted.
Yeah, they did play well against the Suns.
So, yeah, I mean, they could be a better defense.
I'm leaving out Jackson Hayes for the interior.
Yeah, Jackson Hayes, too. So they could be a better defense than any of us are really giving.
Is Jackson Hayes a good defender, though? I'm pretty sure I see Pelican fans complaining about him.
I mean, he can jump.
I don't think I've ever heard a good thing about Jackson Hayes.
I don't think Jackson Hayes is a good defender.
I thought last year, like, saved his job in the NBA. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought last year, I mean, he's still in the league.
I wasn't.
I know he was out before that though.
Yes,
I wasn't in touch enough with the Pelicans, but I'm pretty sure I saw Pelican fans on Twitter complaining about him not being that good.
Oh yeah,
but he does have the potential. He has a lot of defensive upside just with how athletic and big he is. Pause.
Yeah, and as basketball fans, we're always complaining on Twitter, so
yeah, never get enough of that.
At number 4, like Carter said, I got the Timberwolves. I guess something's in my throat right there trying to say that.
You can't believe your own words.
Demons were coming through, but no, I got the Timberwolves. I think they will be a really, really good regular season team. I think Karl Anthony Towns just came off of an All-NBA season. Anthony Edwards should probably be a first-time All-Star this year. And you got Rudy Gobert on defense, Jaden McDaniels. They got some good role players as well for their depth. And I think D'Angelo Russell, y'all been begging for Rudy Gobert to get someone that can throw those lobs. D'Angelo Russell is a point guard that can throw lobs. So if we're not seeing Gobert doing his thing on offense, we're gonna have to start a dialogue.
What would Gobert doing his thing on offense look like for you? Like, what would have you
I want to
satisfied?
I want to see Gobert average like 15 or more points per game personally, or
Okay,
at
fair
least.
enough.
Or at least when he gets the ball in the post, not just look completely lost. Like, oh, I got a basketball.
You're
What am
already
I
asking for
supposed to
too
do?
much.
You're asking
You're
too
already
much.
asking
It's
for
not
too
gonna
much.
happen.
Slow your
But
roll, buddy.
I give him all the credit for his rim protection and whatnot. So yeah, Timberwolves. They should be a better version of what we saw from the Utah Jazz over the past couple years. All right, top three, John. Who you got at three?
At three, I actually had the Timberwolves. I think they're gonna go crazy in the regular season. They're one of the teams that is gonna try and go crazy in the regular season. I think Gobert, he's really good in the regular season. That's where he really shows his value. I think Cat is also really good in the regular season. That's where he shows his value. I think Edwards is gonna take that next step that we're all expecting. I think it's inevitable. I was watching the preseason game against the Heat. This man was just going like ridiculous. Like he looked like Jason Tatum out there. I think Edwards is probably gonna look like JT soon. So I got them at three. D'Lo should probably look a little better this year. Jaden McDaniels we're all sleeping on. Do they still have Josh Okogie?
Yeah, do they?
No, I think he's in
I don't
Phoenix.
think
Is he? Yeah. I
They
mean,
have
they have
Evan.
Jalen
somebody.
Noel. Jalen Noel's
Jalen
good.
Noel, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, Jalen Noel. He
Okay.
looks a little good. So I don't know.
They got McLaughlin too. He's a pretty solid point guard.
Yeah.
Plays some defense.
He doesn't
What-
turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Do y'all think that Anthony Edwards should be the best player on the Timberwolves next year? I personally think that if they're gonna have success, especially in the playoffs, he's got to be their
If
number one.
Cat is, if Mr. 8 points every other game is in the playoffs is still their best player.
That'd be tough. Yeah.
First
Either a
round,
new version of Cat or Anthony Edwards. I think you might need both. if you're in a rough spot.
I have Timberwolves 3 as well, so I'll get to that when I give my spill on them.
Okay. You want to just go now?
Yeah, sure. I have the Timberwolves at 3. I think that their regular season upside is like limitless. They have like the perfect trio in D'Lo, Cat, and Rudy for just all regular season, no dog in the playoffs. Like they're gonna be perfect in the regular season. They should be a great defense. They should be a fantastic offense. But come playoff time, and you'll see when we go through the playoffs, I'm not high on them, and I think regular season Cat will be the best player. And then come playoff times, the only player with any dog in the starting lineup, Anthony Edwards, will show up and really be the best player in the playoffs.
and Ed got a lot of dogs.
I see what Mason did, man. He matched up the Wolves with Rudy Gobert with the Clippers, man. I see what you did, man.
That just happened to work out like that.
That's gonna be nasty for Gobert, man. Oh man. All right, Carter, who you got it?
So my top 3 teams in the West are like my tier 1 teams in the West. So I'm just guessing who wins more regular season games at this point.
Yeah.
So I did go with Golden State at 3. It's going to be neck and neck. But if the Draymond situation is anything, then maybe it sets him back a few regular season games.
A lot of neck.
Yeah, I had a similar mindset as Carter with those top 3 teams. For me, we have the same top 3, I believe, but I actually went with the Clippers at 3. I just think with what you guys were saying before with the load management and stuff, the Clippers are going to have some more days off. I feel like the other 2 teams have better chemistry right now, and I actually like their overall roster construction a little bit better. So
why are you mad at me for having them at 4? You had them at 3.
What do you mean? I was shocked. I was shocked that you had the Timberwolves over them.
Oh no, I think Timberwolves are going to try hard. Clippers have no reason to try hard.
What the Jazz would be to try hard now? That's crazy. Showing up to work.
We know.
Showing up to work is being a try hard for Clippers, man. Crazy.
The sweaters.
All right. Top 2. Let's just go 2 and 1, John.
I think at 2 I had the Warriors. Basically what Carter said. I don't have too many more words. Like I think they're gonna improve. They're probably. I don't think people. I heard people say that they're gonna rest their guys. I don't think so. I think because Steph got injured last season, that's the only reason he missed games. Clay was injured. Draymond was injured. I don't think they're gonna load manage. I think the reason that they didn't play is because they got injured. So, I mean, I assume they'll be a little healthier this season. They're probably gonna play their young guys. Get top 2 teams.
they'll be cautious with Clay. I feel like at least, but yeah, you're probably right about the others. Carter, who you got 2-1?
Wait, Johnny, you say you had Denver one?
Oh yeah,
No,
did
I
you
didn't
even
say
say
that.
Denver? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
we're
do
doing
have Denver at
2
one.
and 1.
I do
Yeah,
have
2 and
Denver at
1.
one.
Denver.
I do have Denver at one.
Anything you want to say about Denver?
I mean, I think all right. I did look up what seeding they were when they had Jamal Murray, and they were always a top 3 seed, like as Jokic's prime. So they're obviously a top 3 lock. But with MPJ back and he has looked good in the preseason, I think this is their year to get the 1 seed. I said Bruce Brown did go there, but I was thinking about Bones Highland. Bones Highland has a Duffy bag, so if
He
they give him a
does.
chance,
He
they give
does.
him a chance. He gonna put on KCP. Who's their backup center? I think I was.
DeAndre Jordan. Gotta do that.
Oh my god.
Got Zeke
No, that's
Naji.
actually pretty
Zeke
bad.
Naji is their backup center.
Yeah, DeAndre's getting.
I might have to switch Denver at 2. I might have to switch
Because of DeAndre Jordan, that's
Bro,
their straight center.
can we be serious? He's the worst. He's one of the worst players in the NBA.
Yeah, but he shouldn't touch the floor.
Undebatable. Bro, no.
Yeah,
Doc
but you always
Rivers doesn't
know.
think so.
Yeah. I'm gonna
DeAndre
have to
always
switch
finds his
it.
way on the court.
I'm gonna have to switch it live on the pod. Warriors at 1, Nuggets at 10. No way they're winning.
That's
No way.
crazy.
I'm not
DeAndre
gonna
Jordan's
lie.
got to have some sort of beef on the league, though, or some sort of dirt on the league. How does he keep getting jobs?
Bro, it's unbelievable. He is so
How did he
bad.
get NBA first team? He knows some shit. They don't
He
want to
knows something that Adam Silver doesn't ever want getting out.
Hey, DeAndre Jordan did affect slightly my playoffs predictions. I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm kidding.
He should. Denver is a walking L for that. No cap. DeAndre
That's
Jordan
crazy.
2022 is crazy.
All right. That's enough. So we're sorry, DeAndre, man. Shout out to making the league.
Yeah, no, shout out to DeAndre, but it's dog. Come on, man.
No, I
It's
feel
not
you.
2015, bro.
All right,
feel what
Carter,
you're
2-1.
I also have DeAndre Jordan's Denver Nuggets at number 2, and I have the Clippers at number 1. I think
Wow.
there's the load management, right? But last year, no Kawhi, and then PG for a fraction of the season, and they won about 40 games.
Yeah.
And the difference, I think, between the Clippers and these other teams in the West is how deep their roster goes, which like matters in the regular season. I have their 11th, 12th, and 13th guys as Terrence Mann, Amir Coffey, and BJ Boston, who I think are better than Ish Smith, Christian Braun, and DeAndre Jordan. So I think that despite resting some guys, if they do so during the regular season, they have the bench to do it.
Respect Ish Smith. He had a game winner last night.
I'm looking forward to us doing these playoff predictions. But yeah, those 3 that you named on the Clippers under the bench, like those are all quality NBA players, you know. So they definitely have a lot of depth. Mason 2-1.
2 Warriors and number 1. I even now that I know DeAndre Jordan is on the Nuggets, I'm holding them at number 1. I don't think he drops them from number 1 to number 2. But Jamal Murray is really good. Nikola Jokic should. I don't think there's a world where he wins 3 in a row, but I think he'll be the same player he was in his MVP seasons, put up the same numbers. And then the players that they added this offseason, KCP, Bruce Brown, I love it. Like I couldn't think of a better player to put next to Nikola Jokic other than Bruce Brown. Like I love it. I'm super excited for that, which is super nerdy to say because who cares about Bruce Brown? Me, all right.
I do.
And then like John said, Bones has a Duffy. I actually have him as a sleeper to win 6th man of the year. I think he'll have a 6th man of the year type season. And overall, I think that the team is going to be phenomenal. I love Jamal Murray. I love the whole team. I'm super excited to watch him play this season.
Yeah, I absolutely love the Nuggets roster as well. I do think, though, now we got the back-to-back MVPs for Jokic. And if we say Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. can stay healthy, there's pressure now. I mean, you're a back-to-back MVP. You're considered one of the best players in the NBA. You're considered by most people the best at your position. And you got a healthy crew. It's time to see you go deep in the playoffs and perform, which we've seen him do before. We'll get to playoffs later, but we've seen him lead a team to the conference finals. I love Denver's squad, though, their depth, everything you say about it. And their home court advantage is very unique, playing in altitude as well.
Yeah.
That's a factor for teams coming in and out. But I got Denver at 1, and I have Golden State at number 2. John's point about sitting Curry and potentially not doing that, you say you think they're going to make sure that they don't rest those guys and go for it in the regular season. I think even if they do rest Curry some nights and Clay and whatnot, this team is so deep and loaded with young talent that it's not really going to matter that much to me. You have James Wiseman back. You have guys like Kuminga, Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, taking a jump potentially. So I really like Golden State's roster a lot. And even JaMychal Green last night was doing some things, which was cool to see. But yeah,
2-guard from Milwaukee too.
DiVincenzo. Yeah,
or from Sacramento, DiVincenzo. Yeah, DiVincenzo will be good for them as well.
Absolutely. Now it's time for our playoff predictions. I say we run through the play-in, and then we'll give everyone the floor. We'll start with John. Give us your play-in. And if you just got the same 7 to 8 seed too, you can say that. That's fine. But give us some credit in that 9-10 game.
About to be the twist of the pod. I have Dallas beating Memphis in the play-in in the first game. And
Okay.
7-8 game. I have the Lakers beating the Blazers in the
Hey!
Wow.
Oh,
Put up the banner.
yes, another play-in victory, man.
For Patrick
But
Beverley.
this is where it hurts my heart. But I have Lakers beating the Memphis Grizzlies in the play-in.
Wow.
Lakers make
I can't believe it.
to make the 2023 NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
We all know Beverly's not missing the playoffs.
Yes.
That's why when I went on the rant, I said Lakers just won't be a top 8 seed, but I didn't say you guys.
Stand up, Laker Nation. Let's go.
You guys got the
I
John
think
Lab stamp of approval.
I think in a 1-game elimination situation, LeBron's gonna get it done, man. LeBron and AD, the superstars in 1 game, just 1 game, just to play it. We saw Kyrie.
Play it again.
The Nets were trash last year. We saw Kyrie and KD obliterate Cleveland. Walk them down. Walk through them. Trey obliterated Cleveland.
All right.
Trey obliterated.
Let's move on.
What are we talking about?
I'm just saying the superstars, the best players show out in the play-in. Tatum destroyed the Wizards when we played them. It's the best players on the court win those playing games.
Wait,
so.
The only examples of such games are the Cavs.
John, what did Trae Young do to the Cavs again?
He obliterated. He watched them. And then
John
he do
cutting out for anybody else? Carter, John cutting out for you?
Yeah, I can't
You
hear
can't
you.
hear
Caleb, didn't he hit him with the?
Oh yeah, he's out.
Are those two cutting out for you? I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
It's quiet
I
as
can't hear
blue
anything.
here, man.
I
Crazy.
can't hear anything.
Yeah.
All right, Carter.
You're back. You guys are back. We can hear you now.
We're good.
Shameless. All right, Carter, give us your play-in.
I have the 7-seed Grizzlies beating the 8-seed Pelicans, and then the 9-seed Lakers beating the 10-seed Blazers. So Memphis gets in. Pelicans, Lakers. LeBron pulls it off, like John says. We get LeBron James will to victory. The Lakers grab the 1 seed. The 8 seed. They're going to lose to the 1 seed.
Hey, all I'm hearing is Lakers in the playoffs right now. That's all I'm hearing, man. That's crazy. All right, Mason. What about you?
So I got the 8-seed Mavs beating the 7-seed Suns to make the playoffs. And then I have the 9-seed Lakers beating the 10-seed the 10-seed Blazers. And before this, I had the Lakers beating the Suns, but Buckets has me wanting to miss some playoffs. But no, I have the Lakers making the 8th seed. Yes, Suns missed the playoffs and completely.
Wow, Suns missed the playoffs.
Thank you. I like that. See, now I'm gonna be the one to tell you that I actually have the Lakers missing the playoffs.
Because you're setting your expectations low, so it's a win-win, and we're setting them high, so it's a win-win.
If you win, your team makes the playoffs.
Either you're right or the Lakers make
right.
it, and either we're right or they miss.
You're not slick.
No. Hear me out. I got Grizzlies and Mavs. I got the Grizzlies beating the Mavs, and then I have us beating the Lakers beating the Blazers. In a 1-game scenario against Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks, a team that shoots a ridiculous amount of threes and usually makes them, and we have no shooting on our team, and Luka Doncic can walk us down, and he will probably be the best player on the court. I personally don't think we're going to beat the Mavs. That's in a one-game scenario. Do I think maybe the roster from top to bottom, there may be more talent than the Mavs? Yeah. But I am scared, ridiculously scared, if we see the Mavericks in a one-game scenario. Now, if we saw a team like Memphis or Phoenix or something like that, I could have maybe willed myself to pick the Lakers. But against the Mavs, bro, I have the Lakers. I have the Lakers missing the playoffs. You know,
Boo. Where's your biased fanmanship at?
We got that first round play-in dub, you know, on LeBron's resume. He'll probably drop like 40 that game, you know, and we'll go from there.
Play-in MVP.
Nah, I'm crying because I know LeBron fans are using that. They're adding that game to his resume. That's crazy added to the resume.
Man, you should have had some shame and had the Lakers sneaking into the playoffs and then beating the 1 seed.
Hey, bro.
Make the 1 seed the Timberwolves.
If we would have, if they would have played the Timberwolves, though, I'm picking the Lakers. Okay.
Hold on, how about that? Lakers make the playoffs as the 8th seed after winning out of the play-in, and then the Timberwolves are the 1st seed. Legitimately,
They
who
beat
is
the
this
T-Wolves
pod
in the
picking?
first round, and then they beat
Yo,
the Suns in the second round.
The
Give me the
Timberwolves.
Lakers.
No
Give me the Lakers.
trolling, though.
Give me the Lakers.
All right.
I'm not picking Rudy Gobert in the playoffs.
I'm taking the
it's not
Lakers,
happening.
and LeBron is stuffing one down Rudy Gobert's throat. Like, it's going to be
Oh,
Hey, it is going to be a nasty dunk. Y'all know what I meant.
Wow.
And y'all
This
chose
is
to be
crazy.
gross.
That's a lot
Y'all
of damage.
chose to be gross.
How are you saying we chose to be good, but you said y'all know what I meant? That's
You know, LeBron James is going to have a crazy Yusuf Nurkic type poster on Rudy Gobert in this fantasy that I don't even believe is going to happen.
All right.
That was a facial. No, that was a nasty facial.
Okay, now what are you doing? So you can
Hey,
get away with it.
we're gonna transition. All right.
I'm just
John,
saying, that was
John,
nasty.
give us your entire Western Conference playoff predictions. And you
I'm
don't
gonna
need
say
to say
until
how
the
many
winner?
games. You don't have to say
Up,
how many
up
games.
into the winner? Up into
Yeah,
the
up
winner?
until the whole West.
The whole West.
up until the championship, or are we
Yeah.
gonna save the championship?
Save the championship till the end.
Okay.
We can't hear you right now, John. I think he said Lakers
Uh,
4-0 sweep over Nuggets. That's what I heard.
My bad.
Now the Nuggets are the
I
2
got it.
seed because of DeAndre Jordan.
Oh, right.
Okay. My bad. I had to change my seating. I have the Warriors over the Lakers in 5 games. LaMickey gets a gentleman sweep game when they're down 0-3. I have the Nuggets.
Crazy analysis.
I have the Nuggets over the Mavericks in 6. Luka just doesn't have enough help. They're gonna run through them boys. I have the Pelicans over the Timberwolves in 6. I have the Clippers over the Suns in 5. And then I have the Nuggets over the Pelicans in 7, the next series. I have the Clippers over the Warriors in 7, the next series. Actually, I'll say Nuggets over Pelicans in 6, because I don't know how they're gonna fuck with Jokic. Clippers over Warriors in 7, and then I have Clippers over Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals in 6. They're gonna get their revenge for the LaMickey bubble.
Mickey bubble. Wow, that was years ago, by the way. But all right. Kawhi in the finals. Interesting. Let's see, Carter. Yeah, you're next. Run down your.
All right, I got the 1 seed Clippers taking out the 8/9 seed Lakers. I have the 2 seed Nuggets beating the 7 seed Grizzlies, 3 seed Warriors over the 6 seed Mavs, and the 4 seed Wolves over the Suns. And second round, Clippers knock off Minnesota. Golden State beats Denver, and then Clippers, Warriors, Western Conference Finals.
Wait, who did you say Minnesota plays first round?
Phoenix.
Phoenix, okay. The 2 softest teams in the league. All right.
Yeah, so they can get a win there.
Wow.
And then Clips, Warriors, Western Conference Finals. I have Golden State taking it.
Okay, Mason. What about you?
I have the number 1 Nuggets beating the number 8/9 Lakers in 5. The LaMickey, the LaMickey legacy game, as John says. I have the number 2 Warriors beating the number 7 Mavs in 5. I don't think the Mavs are near good enough to hold with the Warriors, but they'll have one game where they shoot like 65% from 3 and score like 160 points. And then I have the number 6 Clippers upsetting the number 3 Timberwolves in 5.
Whoa, upset alert.
Nobody is shook at all. And then I have the number 4 Pelicans beating the number 5 Grizzlies in 7, and that would be a very fun series, I think, if we saw that in the playoffs.
That would be fun as well.
And then I have the number 1 Nuggets beating the number 4 Pels in 6, and then the number 2 Warriors beating the number 6 Clippers in 7, which I really wanted to send the Clippers to the Western Conference, but I still think that the Warriors are the best team in the West, and they beat the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals in 7 and head to the finals.
I respect it. For me, there is no LaMickey. There's no Lakers in the playoffs. But we have the 1 seed Nuggets beating the Mavericks. 2 seed Warriors taking out the Grizzlies at 7, which I think would be a fun series as well. Clippers at 3 beating the Suns at 6. And then the Minnesota Timberwolves. Man, I guess I'll take them over the Pelicans, but I don't really feel great about it. I just think the interior defense maybe Gobert will stand up to Zion in the paint a little bit. But Valanciunas can stretch them out. I don't know. It'll be a good series. But yeah, I'll take Minnesota. Second round, we got Nuggets beating the Timberwolves, destroying the Timberwolves. The things that Nikola Jokic will do to Gobert. Oh my God!
Not just beating, destroy it.
How many
Y'all
games?
not moved by the Cat Gobert double team?
Not at all. Whoa, yeah.
I'm so sleep on the Cat and Gobert double teams.
And Jamal Murray bringing him. All right. Anyways, we move on.
Jamal Murray bringing what?
Bringing Gobert out to the perimeter.
Okay. Yeah.
Come here.
Oh man, that's a free 2 or 3 points every play.
Yeah. And then I have, like Mason says, second round Warriors Clippers. I think that will probably be a really good series. But yeah, Golden State, Steph, and them got it. You know, Kawhi and Paul George do their thing, but I'm taking the Warriors. I think they're a better team. Conference Finals, Warriors and Nuggets, and I have the Warriors going back to the NBA Finals. I think the Draymond cloud is something to monitor, but at the end of the day, if this is the last dance, I think the Warriors will be back in the NBA Finals.
Especially come playoff time, I'm not worried about it. So much time will have passed by then.
Yeah, absolutely. And apparently he's not even getting suspended, so I guess they don't think it's that serious.
You guys see Bobby Portis' tweet?
I did not.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Kind for punching Mirotic.
Apparently, someone also brought up that Draymond got a 1-game suspension in that fight with KD where he called him the B word. But I guess they don't rock with Jordan Poole like that. He got socked and knocked out, and there's no suspension, which is odd.
Yeah, I wonder how Jordan Poole must feel betrayed right now. Hey, Jordan, there's a spot for you in Cleveland.
There's a spot for you in LA, man.
Hell no.
Draymond, I don't know, bro. Draymond is different for that, bro. That man is different for that.
Yeah, the thing is, like,
sneak attacking your teammate is crazy, bro.
In any level of sports, especially in the NBA, there's like differences and getting angry at each other in practice, but like, punching your own teammate is just crazy.
That's the last practice I'm going to. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna have to trade me.
And they tried to compare it to Bobby, but Bobby's was self-defense. Draymond wasn't self-defense. Draymond just decided, I'm about to slap Jordan Poole today.
Jordan Poole must have said something horrific. Yeah, it must have been the worst words uttered by mankind for it to turn into that.
Bro. If Poole said something, it had to have been before the video. Because if you watch the video, Poole's lips don't move. And if it moves, he's muttering something. And it could not have been that bad, bro.
No way. If
Poole said something crazy, Draymond would have dropped him on the spot because Draymond was already clearly trying to fight Poole. So I think Draymond was just like, I've had enough. Something's not going my way. I read the TMZ report. They were like, Draymond was calling Poole a bitch because Poole kept calling for fouls and some shit. Like, bro, that's probably what it was about.
I'm sure Draymond was fouling, too.
Draymond was mad probably at the end of a play. Poole was like, yeah, stop fouling, nigga. And then Draymond was like, what? And probably slumped him, bro. Like, that's weird. Draymond, I don't think it's going to affect their team that much. Poole already came forward, according to the reports yesterday, and said, let's just get it over. We're trying to win the championship. So.
Yeah.
Tune into Winners Work Pod Weekly for your daily NBA fight breakdowns by John.
Draymond was making some comments about Poole too in his podcast, like about a week or two before. Like he was talking about how he was talking about how he was in a 3-point contest with Steph and Clay, and he was talking a bunch of junk beforehand, but he wasn't keeping that same energy after the after the 3-point contest because apparently he lost. And he said basically like I like to see Jordan Poole get humbled. Whenever I was like, okay.
Let's just say
Damn,
it's
I didn't hear
weird
that part.
that he says that's a problem, but doesn't see. But he goes and punches his teammate.
And Draymond talks some of the most shit in the league, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
But I admire Poole for thinking he could beat 2 of the greatest shooters of all time in the shooting process. That's funny.
Well, the thing is, any athlete who knows who's been in that situation, like if you're messing around with your teammates having a good time, you're talking trash. Even if you like you aren't better, you're still messing around and having a good time. It's not that serious. Like that's all. That's all. I guarantee you, that's all it was.
And Poole's the next generation of the Warriors. Like they're probably going to build a team around him in a couple of years, So, anyways, we got our finals predictions. Let's start with Carter this time. Give us your 2 teams in the finals and tell us who you got.
I think all of us have the Bucks, right? And then three of us have. You have the Sixers. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have the Bucks and the Warriors, and I'm gonna take Milwaukee.
Okay. That was last year. I had, this past season I had Bucks and Warriors.
It was
Mason,
just loading.
Mason, what about you?
I also have Bucks and Warriors, and I also have the Bucks winning. I think that Giannis is kind of too good at this point in his career to miss the finals 2 years in a row, and I think that they'll be good enough to beat the Warriors as well.
Okay. John, what about you?
I have Bucks versus Clippers. I have no clue who's gonna win that.
Be a good series.
That paint's gonna be free. That paint's
Giannis
gonna
is
be free for Giannis.
Giannis is the best player, but Kawhi is like, if he's on his shit, bro, he could be the best player too. And then it's Paul George, Middleton, and then Drew versus the Clippers depth, and they have a lot of depth, bro. I don't know, bro.
Well, about the best player talk, Paul George is easily the second best.
Oh yeah,
option.
yeah, of course.
So like that could kind of factor into it.
I might have to take Clippers in 7, bro. Giannis might have to take his first finals loss.
Okay.
I might have to go Clippers in 7.
And I have Philadelphia and Golden State, and I do.
There is zero chance you pick Philadelphia.
I actually did. I picked the Philadelphia Sixers.
That's crazy.
I just think Joel Embiid inside is going to give them some problems. And I think when you look at the talent of the 2 rosters, it's relatively close. I think Harden and Maxey in the backcourt can somewhat hold their own against Steph and Clay. You got PJ Tucker out there doing what he does, and then Draymond doing what he does. I think that would be a crazy clash.
Draymond versus PJ Tucker.
Between those 2 teams.
Clash of the mid.
But yes, I feel like the Sixers can go toe-to-toe with them, and I'll give the slight edge to the Sixers.
I would like to see the Sixers in the finals. That would be a very.
I wouldn't.
Make it. Okay, well I'm not a.
I thought you were You've been begging for Harden to win a championship for years,
bro. Yeah. All that shit is cute, but fuck Philly, bro. I'm like, bro, Celtics Sixers. That's just never dying, bro. It's up.
Word.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I respect that, but yeah, the Clippers. I wonder if I will ever see the Clippers win a championship, man. I wonder.
I mean, it's gonna happen this year. I already
think
told you. So.
You think so?
Is it Clippers or Celtics?
So we have Clippers, Bucks, and Sixers all making as like the options for us for winning the finals. So 3 of us have the Warriors making it, and none of us have them winning. That's kind of crazy.
So when the Lakers win a championship this year, it's going to be an absolute movie. Yeah,
I wouldn't even hate that, man. I'm ready to see LeBron win again.
I'm not. Well, fuck the Lakers too, boy.
You just hate everybody.
No,
yeah,
I hate
his
that.
Son,
I hate
Jason.
the Atlantic Division and the Lakers. That's it. I don't hate the Cavs.
Okay. All right, Mason, you got something for us to wrap it up?
Yeah, I have a game thought of by Carter. Actually, it's NBA name drops in rap music. So I have 5 different songs with some lyrics written out, and I'll name the artist who made the song, and then I'll read the lyrics of the song, obviously blanked out where the player is named, and then your goal is to guess the player. And after the player is guessed, you guys can guess what the name of the song is as well for an extra point. So you get 2 points
I'm not
if
getting
you
the name of the song.
you get 2 points
I
if you
think
guess
John
the
might.
player. 2 points if you guess the player. 1 point if you guess the name of the song. So for this first one, I'm gonna read off the lyrics I have, and then afterwards, you three just like go. If you think you know the player, just say it.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. So for the first song is by Drake, and the lyrics are: a lot of people just hit me up when my name is mentioned. Shout out to blank. We relate. We get the same attention. It's Raining Money, Oklahoma City Thunder, the most successful rapper, 35 and under.
KD.
KD,
No,
correct.
nice.
Okay. No one said it before you, right?
No, I said
No, he said Ross.
Okay, yeah. Katie was correct. Does anyone have any guess on the song name?
Absolutely no idea.
Nope. No,
I won't
never
get a
heard
single
that,
song
bro.
name.
Okay, that's Weston Road Flows by Drake off of Views.
I'm not a Drake fan, bro.
Fantastic song. Now, John, I know for a fact you're a fan of this next guy. So Kanye is the creator of this next song. And I have a feeling everybody's going to get this pretty quick. But the words are, the best medicine go to people that gets paid. If blank got a cure for AIDS and all the broke motherfuckers
Magic
passed away.
Johnson.
Yes, Magic Johnson.
Kanye, you out of pocket, dog. That's a crazy
he
bar.
says, the best medicine go to people that's paid. If Magic Johnson got a cure for AIDS and all the broke motherfuckers passed away, you tell me if my grandma's in the NBA right now, she'll be okay? That's some Kanye West lyrics off of Roses, which was in Graduation.
Wow.
Or no, not Graduation. In can't think of the name right now, but one of his older albums. So so that's 2 points to John, 2 points to Carter, and this third song is another Drake song, which you'll notice there's a lot of Drake on here because he name drops. He name drops a lot.
Because you're a Drake fanboy.
Me?
Nah,
I'm not
Drake
Kanye my goat, man.
He name drops a lot.
My bad.
Nah,
my bad.
Kanye my goat. Definitely not a Drake fanboy. Even
Ball
I
knower,
like
ball
Drake.
knower. My fault. I wasn't familiar with your game.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was about to say it.
Shout out Drake, man.
No, Drake, Drake, one of the greatest, and I appreciate his music, but we off topic right now. So the words are: when they recognize that you got what it takes to succeed, that's around the time your idols become your rivals. You make friends with Mike, but gotta blank him for your survival. Damn, I swear that sports and music are so synonymous because we want to be them and they want to be us. The line where he name drops, he says you got to make friends with Mike, which is another NBA player he's name dropping, but gotta blank him for your survival.
But gotta
think of some iconic Michael Jordan moments where he may have got sunned a little bit.
AI, Iverson?
AI. Good one.
Great one.
You make friends with Mike, but gotta AI him.
There were so many moments when Jordan got sunned. I was just
you just couldn't narrow it down.
I was trying to think of a player's name that was a verb.
You gotta AI him.
You gotta something him.
Any guesses for the song name? This is one of my favorite Drake tracks of all time. Not that helps anybody. Thank Me Now by Drake.
I've heard that before.
I'm not tapped in with Drake, bro.
All right. For this song, we got J. Cole, but it is not his own song. He's featuring in the song. And the words are reflecting on how he made it to the top, wondering if it was worth it or not. I pray for blank because they fucked up his shot. Just want you to know that you got it,
Markel Fultz?
Yes, Markel.
I wasn't even gonna guess it. Markel Fultz got name dropped.
That's done.
That's in a lot.
I remember he got name dropped. It's on what? K-Dot? K-Dot album?
No, 21 Savage.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
I should have said it.
And J. Cole, a lot.
I immediately thought Markel Fultz.
Yeah, he goes, reflection on how I made it to the top. Wonder if it was worth it or not. I pray for Markel because they fucked up his shot. And then he goes on to name drop Dennis Smith Jr. like 2 lines later, actually.
I remember
Markel Fultz and DSJ getting name dropped.
His mixtape
in one verse.
Dennis Smith.
Yo, DSJ rookie mixtape is enough to fool a lot of people.
We all thought he was generational.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, so right now it's tied 4-4 then, right, between Carter and John?
Oh, yeah, nah, this is not my lane. This is not my lane.
Hey, fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. All right, back to Drake again. So for this one, it's You Don't Have to Call. I hit my dance like Usher. Woo. I just found my tempo like I'm DJ Mustard. Woo. I hit that blank with my left hand up like woo.
Lou Williams. Is this this man?
I hit that blank
That's
with my
Jumpman,
left
right?
hand up.
That's Jumpman, Michael Jordan.
That is Jumpman, but that's not. But
What did
doesn't
he
say
say?
I hit that blank with my left hand up like woo. What player does he say?
James Harden. I don't know.
That Mike.
I'm just trying to think of a lefty.
With my left hand.
D'Lo.
That Manu.
Manu, yes.
Manu.
He says I hit that Ginobili with my left hand up like woo is what he says.
Wow, that's crazy. Do I at least get the song point?
Yeah, you get the song point. So you finish with the point.
I'm on the board, man. Come on.
Final score, Buckets with 1, Carter with 4, and John with 6. So John leaves this episode with back-to-back rings.
Wow.
Back-to-back dubs.
Wow.
Here, I want
Respect
to give you guys the one that inspired or gave me the idea for the game.
Yes, do it.
Let me find it. Let me find the lyric. Okay. This is Young Gravy.
Okay.
With your baby mama at the crib, I blow her back out. Shawty Filipino, and she called me Manny Pacquiao. Alley-oop without the hoop, they call me blank.
Alley-oop without the hoop, they call me.
Alley-oop without the black thing. Wait,
Antetokounmpo?
Blow her back out. Jerry Stackhouse.
Yeah, alley-oop. They call me
Boom!
Jerry Stackhouse.
Wow.
Jerry Stackhouse.
Put some
getting
respect
name
on
dropped
me,
is
baby.
nuts, bro.
They call me Jerry Stackhouse.
Young Gravy just be saying anything, huh?
That's impressive. All right, y'all. That's about it for this episode. We got the NBA season starting in the next episode. I cannot wait to talk about opening day games and whatnot.
So wait, who plays Tuesday again? Who plays?
We got Golden State and the
Golden
Lakers
State,
and
Celtics,
Celtics versus
76ers.
Bucks or Sixers.
Celtics. Okay, so that's gonna be a good pod. We'll get to
We got Lakers and Celtics?
Lakers and Celtics, yeah.
Oh man,
Both playing on opening night.
I'll be sure to Tuesday night. I'll be sure to catch both of those games. I'm sure you guys will as well.
Yeah, that 40-point strip dub from Braun gonna be woo! Can't wait.
And a 30-point loss. Crazy.
Golden State is scared though. If they were real competitors, they would have sat Draymond Green. You know, he's suspended, right? You got to suspend him, in my opinion.
They're scared.
I traded them.
No shame. They're scared.
But I wanted to. I did before we go. I did want to talk about the Patriots play the Browns this week. We're gonna smack the Browns.
Oh, we sure do play the Pats.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I can't even talk stuff. Like our defense.
Our
defense is so abysmal. Bailey Zappi is probably gonna put 40 on our head.
my team.
Exactly. I'm glad you know it's coming. I'm glad you have no opposition. We're going.
The final score is going to be like 33-36 Patriots with a Jacoby Brissett.
Y'all are not putting up 33.
Oh, we will. Our offense is nuts. You're going to see it. Our offense is nice. Our defense is.
We're gonna like be in control for the entire game and have a chance to seal it, and then Jacoby's gonna throw some stupid ass interception, and then you guys are gonna take the like a 2-point lead. And then we're going to drive down the field, like the 40-yard line, and K. York's going to whiff a field goal. We're going to have 2 chances to seal it and lose both times because that's what we do this season.
Yeah, we really good at that.
Holding Chubb to 3 yards of carry. Jacoby's throwing 2 picks. It's going to be a blowout.
Jacoby's throwing 1 pick, and it's to seal the game.
If
Chubb
rushes for less than 5 yards per carry, I'll be surprised. He's running all over y'all boys.
Wow. Well, yeah, all of our teams suck in the NFL. The Rams are terrible right now. So, without talking about football anymore, we're out. Peace.
See y'all next episode.
Yeah. Winners work, baby. Winners work, baby. Out game, man.